You think I'm going to let George McCaskey ruin a fun weekend because he's the worst owner in the city, and that's saying a lot? Jerry can at least say, well, I lucked into Michael and we didn't screw it up when we won 6. This guy, George McCaskey, is the single worst owner in the history of Chicago sports, and it's not close.
The bright side is, like, we have a full Sunday of football without the Bears on it. Yeah. That's always a great way to spend a Sunday, just taking it all in.
Nothing like a good red zone Sunday, that is for sure. I'm fine, thank you.
Not commercial-free football Sunday, red zone football.
Well, you got to let that go. I mean, I think what we learned over the weekend is that commercials matter, especially on Netflix.
Yes, they do.
It matters all over the place.
I heard all about this new Jamie Foxx movie.
No, it's you've been listening to the show, Charlie. It is deeper than losing 6-3. This organization, it's deeper than a 10-game losing streak, because you could have wholesale changes there at House Hall, and it will feel like it's starting over with Caleb Williams, which means that you're trying to build towards something at one point, and now it feels like you're going back to the first year of Ryan Poles. Even though there's more talent now than it was in the first year of Poles. Point is, though, is that the organization is not moving. It's still in neutral or going backwards in some ways. So it's very disappointing today. I mean, I'm beyond anger at this point in time. It's just last week it's pity. This week it's just watching Grandma on hospice right now. That's what we're looking at. We're looking at Grandma in hospice, and the plug will be pulled after the Packer game. Here's Charlie Bevins.
All right, well, last night a football game technically did happen.
What?
Pretty good.
That's what it is.
Pretty good.
The Bears are in hospice. And at some point, as we walk the hallways with cold coffee, wondering what's going to happen next, all of a sudden the nurse comes in. That'll be all. Pull it. Okay. And then you pull it. And then they're gone.
But see, here's the sick thing. I could scream, you could scream that George is horrible and the franchise is in inept hands.
Oh, God.
But if they fired Poles, and again, he's made his share of mistakes, he's got to wear them.
Yeah.
He's a big boy. He made some of those Zach Pickens, and some of these picks are horrible. Horrible. So if they whacked him and they whacked his staff, why should I think that George McCaskey and Kevin Warren, who have zero track record of ever making a good hire as a head football coach and a GM and a president of football, why should I ever trust those two?
I think, first of all, you should be more respectful for the dead.
I already buried them.
You're yelling over the taps.
The Bears are already buried.
No, they're not dead yet. You got the Packers. That's when it'll be all. You can't have a live body, someone that's still alive in the casket, lowering it down. No. They die after the Packer game. I mean, they don't believe in each other. They don't trust each other. I saw Roma Odunze and Caleb Williams fighting on the sidelines. Not fighting physically, but yelling at one another, barking at one another. Because, again, Rome cuts off his route too quickly. Did you not see that in the first half?
I did.
Well, why would you stop your route?
And Caleb's like, keep going.
Why would you cut your route off like that? Why'd you do that?
I don't know.
I just want to be on the same page. What the hell was that?
It's week 16.
And now they're yelling at each other. Did you see that, Charlie? I mean, now they're barking at each other.
That play was so indicative of what's been so frustrating about this season, because on that play, Caleb makes a really great move in the pocket to get himself like 4 more seconds, and probably a combination of two things, of him sealing the ball, but also Roma Odunze not running the right route. That's what's been so frustrating, is that even when Caleb is right, everything else around him is wrong.
So here's what happens, Cap. Odunze doesn't run the right route or chokes off his route. If it would have been DJ Moore, he would have had some catch, but then he would have fell down, and Keenan Allen would have dropped it. So either way, it wasn't gonna work.